Is going on, truckers and truckettes? I want to get into this real quick. I'm sighing because I did this video before. I did it twice and I deleted it, primarily because my thoughts was ahead of me and I was all radical about it, and I need you guys to have a clear understanding of this. Okay, your MPGs are contingent upon your route and will always be contingent upon your route and dictated by your route. I don't care if you got super singles, aluminum, X15 Cummins engine, or the best cat engine that can pull. I don't care how you progressively condition your truck and your engine, your drivetrain, all that stuff. I don't care. Your MPGs will always be contingent upon your route. The route will always dictate your MPGs. Okay. You can't let anybody tell you that you get high MPGs because of what they did to their truck and not mention their weight and not mention their route. Now, weight is important because if you're pulling your load versus carrying your load, you're going to lose MPGs. Meaning that if you have more weight on your tandem, your trailer tandems, okay, your engine is going to work harder pulling that load because you lose traction, which will cost you time and distance. It works much less harder when that weight is mostly on the drives. Okay, not all of it on the drives, but mostly on the drives, a little bit more on the drives, put it like that. Okay, now, still yet, your MPGs, good MPGs, high MPGs, or progressive MPGs is contingent upon your route. If you're operating, let's split America in half, okay, horizontally. If you're operating throughout the North, you'll see suck-ass MPGs. If you're operating in the South, you'll see good MPGs. Okay, why is this important? This is important because in the South, okay, let's take the circumference of the Earth. It's not perfectly round according to our ideology. The Earth is like a football, okay, if you was to look at it from a side, but it almost looks like a cheese roll, like a wheel, you know, or tipped on its side. Now, what does that mean? Why is that important? Is because the atmosphere, if you split America in half, the atmosphere above that is thinner, which means the air molecules is thinner. Okay, the atmosphere below that is thicker. Okay, which means the air molecules is thicker. So if you was to take the shape of the Earth, which is not like this, perfect round, but like this, okay, the atmosphere would be thicker around it, and at the top north, the closer you get to the north, the closer you get to the south, the thinner the atmosphere would be. So that means the air molecules at the top is thin, while the air molecules in the middle is thicker. But it's even thicker when you go further south. Okay, now if I-10 had mountainistic terrains, you would still see high MPGs because the air molecules is thicker and gravity is lighter. So your truck will be lighter. I don't care if you got steel wheels, doubles, old engine, you're still gonna see good MPGs no matter how old that truck is. If you're on I-10 and I-10 had mountainistic terrains, you'll see better MPGs than the mountainistic terrains in the north because gravity is lighter, because the air molecules are thicker. You understand what I'm saying? Now, it's very important for your truck to breathe, and only 30, honestly, I want to say less than 30%, okay? Less than 30% of truckers actually take in consideration their engine air filter to change that depending on the truck, you know what I mean? And depending on the filter, every 30,000 to every 80,000 miles, changing that filter. Okay, So your MPGs will, I don't care how well you invested in your truck, it will always be contingent upon your weight and upon your route, where you are. If you don't take in consideration the science of your route and the science of your truck altogether, then you can't really tell anybody about this engine, that engine, how to condition their truck, how not to condition their truck, what to do with their truck, what not to do with their truck mechanically. You really can't say much until you say that I've conditioned my truck to be this way, that way, operating, let's say I-80 going into the Midwest terrains, which is some steep ass fucking terrains, and I've seen 8.9 MPGs on that route. Now, if you're seeing 8.9 MPGs or over 8.2 MPGs on, let's say, I-40 or going anywhere in the north region, you know, going towards the east, you understand, up those terrains, and you're seeing over 8 MPGs with a load of 75,000 pounds, then tell me about how you condition your truck to get that way. Okay, now when somebody tells me that their engine is this, their engine is that, and they see this amount of MPGs, I ask them, what was your weight and what is your route? What was your route and what is your route? So don't let anybody tell you that this is good for your truck, that is good for your truck, and then when you use that stuff and you don't see the results, you're gonna be pissed and be like, that was bullshit. Okay, always ask when somebody has to brag about their truck and brag about the products that they use. Always ask their weight and their fucking route, okay? Because those two essential things will always be contingent, okay? Your MPGs will always be contingent upon those two very essential things of information, okay? The route that you're on, the region that you're at, whether it's the north or the south, okay? And the amount of weight that you carry. You understand what I'm saying? But a lot of drivers, they, you know, they're so enthusiastic about their truck and their MPGs and their engine and what they invest into their truck, so much so that they're blind to the fact that your MPGs are contingent not just upon how you condition your truck and how you drive, but your route and your weight. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't care if you got singles, super singles. I don't care if you got some fucking aluminum wheels or chrome wheels, whatever you use to make your truck light. You understand what I'm saying? Because your MPGs will always be contingent upon your route and upon your weight. Plain and simple. That's it. Deuces.